just to piss them off, I guess. Not I guess, I am. Alright, I just happened to see this video. And I know my take on the video is going to make them mad because she got into it with a black chick. That's what I'm saying. Actually, it's embarrassing for the black people and all the black women trying to stick up as, oh, I would have dragged her and oh, this and that. Is like, no, you wouldn't have. You remind me of the black girls that got one-on-one, got beat up by that white cheerleader. You know, like, just stop. Y'all keep trying. And y'all the ones making about race, but you think you're slick, you don't say nothing. Well, what it is, she's the only one that say something to these Democrats. Everybody else scared of them. Well, not really the only one, but I'm just saying. It seems like what I'm talking about is it's it's getting closer. You can say, well, cause November election. I'm just saying their actions and words. You can say it's just talk because of November, and they just want. I don't think so. I mean, I could be wrong. Like I said, we'll see. I'm not afraid of being wrong, but I know I'm going to say my 2 cents about it. All right, so I just saw this video earlier, and Dr. Fraudwood, I don't know, whatever.
Bro, of course I'm gonna pick up the AK. Who pick up the
He's
Let's get the RPG. Let's go. Oh my God,
getting
so
questioned.
close. All right,
Yeah, that's why I barely pay attention to this shit. It's been going on for 3 years now. And we all like it's just talk, talk, talk. But at the same time, I'm like it's talk, but they know they gotta. It's a plan. They can't just. They gotta let everybody see everything. It sounds like we're just wishful thinking, but now it's getting more real talk, not just tough talk. And they're not scared of them no more. Like I said, they used to be scared of black people. Those black Democrats, who try to talk nasty and think they could, they really got set up by the communists, thinking they could just talk to everybody like they crazy. And I ain't even say nothing about the couple videos. What was there about 3 weeks ago? I've been seeing the black chick who they got in. She got in both of them. This one, the white one, from Georgia, and the other one I forgot where she from, but probably Baltimore or something. And they were, and like I said, the black one, she just sounds ignorant. She's trying to look professional, but she don't. She look like she worked in a strip club. Because no, they when they're dressed, if you ever seen them, they wear the same clothes. They all dress, the same like business skirts. They just super tight. Like if you go to a black church, that's what they look like. Like they just came from the club. That's why it is not. They always say, "Oh, y'all down," and no, we're not down, and we're talking the truth. It's just like you getting mad. You were just raised by effeminate people, and you're an effeminate black dude. But all right, so
I recognize Mr. Garcia from California for 5 minutes. Oh, he left?
and look how he's just looking.
Miss Green from Georgia for.
He's just looking smug, and I think I'm gonna fast forward.
5 minutes of questions.
It is 9 minutes, but.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Fauci, you were quoted on CBS Face the Nation saying it's easy to criticize, but they're really criticizing science because I represent science. Do you represent science, Mr. Fauci?
And it goes, I got a few strikes from YouTube. All that is because it helped him following the orders of his communists and Google overlords, the nerds, like I keep calling them. Who knows? They might get this video a strike, but
I am a scientist who uses the scientific method to gain information.
Yes, you said you represent science. Do you represent science, Mr. Fauci? Yes or no? Yes or no?
No, that's not a yes or no answer.
Yes, it's a yes or no.
I don't think it is.
Okay, well, we'll take that as a you don't know what you represent.
Oh, I
But this as
See,
director.
that's what I'm saying. They're not playing no more. About 3 years ago, they would get away with that dancing around. It's not a yes and yes it is. You're being questioned, just like you in court. You've been subpoenaed. You might not like her because she's young. I think we're about the same age. She's from Georgia, but so of course she's the only one with fire. Well, not the only one, and he's trying to again. It's not yes, it is a yes or no question. We can't say. I can't say. And like I said before, I didn't think they were scared. Well, by like '03, I mean 20 last year, I would say they were. They weren't scared. They were just getting them. To me, seemed like on record doing what he's doing. That dancing around. All that crap. Yeah, well, remember like in '02, I mean 22. Thank you for that question. Remember they would say that, Senator. Thank you for that question. Thank you for that question, Senator. What the hell is thank you? I never seen that. Who was taught that as proper etiquette? When you was a kid, your mom asked you a question. Thank you for that question, Mama. Thank you for that question, Daddy. Did you clean your room? Thank you for that question. You can't say, well, no, this is the Senate. No, we've never seen this before. That crazy stuff. Where the hell do they, stalling tactics?
Of the NIH, you did sign off on these so called scientific experiments. And as a dog lover, I want to tell you this is disgusting and evil what you signed off on, and these experiments that happened to beagles paid for by the American taxpayer. And I want you to know Americans don't pay their taxes for animals to be tortured like this. So the type of science that you are representing, Mr. Fauci, is abhorrent and it needs to stop. Mr. Fauci, you also represent the type of science where you confess that you made up the COVID rules, including
I didn't hear what you
6 feet social distancing and masking of children.
I never said I made anything up.
You admitted that you made it. You
I
made it
didn't
up as
say
you
I
went.
made it up. I made it up.
So are you saying this is fake news, Mr.
I didn't
Fauci?
say I made anything up.
What did you say?
I said that it is not based in science and it just appeared.
But this is science.
We're looking for 100 people for a tub or shower transformation.
Appeared.
But this is science.
What does dogs have to do with anything that we're talking about today?
These are scientific experiments. This is what you signed off on. But you also told the American people they had to distance by 6 feet. They had to wear masks. But let's also talk a little bit further about the type of science that you represent. NIH scientists made $7 million in royalties from drug makers, a fact that's been hidden. Let's talk about the fact about, is it right for scientists and doctors getting paid by the American people, government taxpayer paychecks to get patents where they're paid millions and hundreds of millions of dollars and royalty fees, especially when the NIH and these government agencies, most powerful agencies in our country, are recommending medical suggestions and advice and making up guidelines like 6 feet distancing and masking of children. Do you think that's appropriate? Do the American people deserve to be abused like that, Mr. Fauci? Because you're not doctor, you're Mr. Fauci in my few minutes.
And see, well, usually it's the other way around. The Republicans getting all of this. Oh, you're a racist. You're not my president. Trump. This is that. The racist, and they took it right. The Republicans, they really wouldn't say any. Yeah, I'm just not. They just say I'm not a racist. Da da da. But they wouldn't like dish it out. But it's not petty. When she say stuff like that, that sounds like you ever been in court. That sounds like when you done something. And I guess even if we didn't see doctors who lost their license, some of them they got addicted to drugs. It's just type it in. There's plenty of stories on 48 hours or 60 minutes, or whatever. You're not a doctor no more, or military. You're not this no more. You're not captain no more. But So that I think something. I don't think this is just for show. You can say. I mean, we all got our own opinions.
No, I don't. No, I don't need your answer. I want to talk about this right here.
Mr. Chairman,
Fauci, I
objection.
reclaim my
Mr.
time.
Objection.
I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time,
Gentlelady will
Mr.
suspend.
Raskin.
Gentlelady will
Point of order.
suspend.
Mr.
Point
Chairman,
of order.
just in terms of the rules of decorum, are we allowed to deny that a doctor is a doctor just because we don't want him to be a doctor?
And what about? Remember, they asked that judge that got Supreme Court judge, the new one, the black one, and they said, "Can you describe a woman?" She couldn't describe. She was like, "I don't know. I'm not a biologist." And everybody's like, "Nah, that's not an answer." It's like we know you playing games, you know, but I'm not. You don't have to be a biologist to know what a woman is. But now their feelings are get because what it is. Remember, like I keep saying, Democrat communists, they're losers. Their protection is away, is going away, just like around here. So they need, their protection. They talk tough and act tough, but now it's going away. Now they playing victim. Their feelings hurt. You like decorum is like everybody knows what this guy done.
Yes, because in my time, that man does not deserve to have a license. As a matter of fact, it should be, and he belongs in
Gentlelady will
prison.
suspend.
Is it? Yeah, they deserve to have a license. See that, but the Democrats are sticking up for him. But I think she's just gone out there to say this. That this is coming. I think, like I said, I'm allowed to my opinion. It's coming because they wouldn't say that. They know, as she knows, her voters don't want to just hear talk. If you now that you done said it, it's out there. So y'all better be this stuff better be in the works. Cause like I hadn't watched that part. It's just that's when I stopped a minute ago. That's what I said. It sounds like when you're in court and you about to get stripped or something. You're not. You don't need a license.
The gentlelady should recognize the doctor as a doctor.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, is this what we have become? Is this what we have devolved into? No decorum.
You know what? We can do that hearing.
See how when they but see when we do it, we tell facts and what you really did. We have proof. With them is racism, and they just get to say and tear up the cities. They get to do whatever they want because their feelings hurt, right? But now is with this what we de-evolved. Is that what he just said? He didn't say that. Well, he said this what we become, whatever. It now it don't make us mad no more. Right now I don't get angry. It used to make me. I could. That's why I stopped watching it. But now this is funny. I think they're squirming.
About the poor men that were injected with syphilis, because I support you in that. That's horrific. And this government that does things like that to Americans doesn't have decorum to the American
Mr.
people.
Chairman,
The gentleman is out of
point of regular order, please.
The gentleman is out of order.
Decorum.
Recognize a point of order. Go ahead with your point of order.
You got it.
No, I mean, I was going to say what Representative Raskin said. That's completely unacceptable to be able to deny Dr. Fauci, who's here, a respected member of the medical community, his title. And that's actually a personal attack on his character.
And I have instructed her.
He's not respected.
And I've instructed her.
She's straight up. She's not worried about whatever censure, getting in trouble. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That means something. I think it does. Yeah, I'll just say I don't care. We'll see. I think it's more to come. Rand Paul. I've seen none from him. Well, like I said, I don't watch this stuff no more. I just saw the title and I clicked on it. And let me see then what they talking about. But the rest of them was. I think it's over. It's really about to be over.
To address him as a doctor. And I've instructed her to address him as a doctor.
I'm not
Gentlelady shall
addressing him as
continue.
doctor. Let's talk about.
I'm not
Let's talk
addressing
about
him.
this. I'm reclaiming my time.
I'm not addressing him as doctor. He's mad because they can't do nothing about it. Make her call me doctor.
I'm reclaiming my time.
Words
But he
can
didn't
take
say
it now.
anything. He's just sitting there, his cronies backed him up. They jumped in. He really ain't say nothing. They said it. Make her call him doctor.
Second that.
Point of order.
Suspend.
All right.
can only move to have words. The issues we are debating are important ones that members feel deeply about. And while vigorous disagreement is part of the legislative process, as I said at the beginning, members are reminded that we must adhere to established standards of decorum in debate. This is a reminder that it is a violation of House rules and the rules of this committee to engage in personalities regarding other members or to question the motives of a colleague. Remarks of that type are not permitted by the rules and are not in keeping with the best traditions of our committee. The chair will enforce these rules of decorum at all times and urges all members to be mindful of their remarks. Does the gentleman from California have anything further?
Well, we should have to take her words down.
Yeah, I made it. I offered that her words be taken down, Mr. Chair. Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a point of order.
Mr.
Because
Griffin is
they accused us
Mr.
of
Griffin is
worshiping
Gentlelady,
President Trump. We don't
Gentlelady.
worship President Trump.
Gentlelady will suspend.
Yeah, there's another thing. They did say that, Trumpites, worshipers, that's disrespectful to Christians. We don't worship no humans, all that. And they got to say, and I think that's illegal. You can't say just because they're a Congress member, a Christian Congress member, you can't say they worship anybody. But you say that about Muslims or something, yeah, you're gonna get like what's that one from Somalia, that female that married her brother in real life? That's a fact. That's not. Yeah, you go get in trouble, right? So I think. But I think they're just right now. It don't matter.
Mr. Griffin, you have a point of order.
Mr. Chairman, while it may not be polite, I believe the rule only applies to members of this body, the Senate, and the President of the United States. I do not believe that it applies. The rule on taking down words does not apply to a witness. Again, I'm not condoning the words. I'm just relating or asking whether or not it applies to individuals who are just happen to be here in front of us.
I agree. The chair overrules the point of order by the gentleman from Maryland, but asks that members please afford all other members the respect.
Oh, I wouldn't even pay without watching. I was so busy about to come out here and make a video. So it did, and so now I think they all know that bullshit is over. So what they just said is you can't. He's just a witness. You don't have to call him doctor. They not last year they would, yeah, well, yes, you need to. You Republicans are so this and that, and I don't they would have made it somehow. They would have brought up Dr. Fauci as a champion of black folks or something. Seriously, they would have tried to get her in trouble. But now I think they realize game over. And like, I'm not going to prison for this fool and communist China and whoever else, Google, who's paying. I'm not. They ain't paying me enough for that shit. I'm not going to prison. He said he overrode that dude, that Democrat dude who was saying he was to strike those words. He said we can't do that. He's just a witness. And that's just like what I said. I hadn't watched it. Remember I said if you'd been to court, that sounds like you in trouble, buddy. I am a doctor. Say you did something wrong, or even you're not just not a crime, but a malpractice, and what you did was just so gross negligence for a doctor. Say you just I don't know, you just fucked up so bad. Every other doctor said no. He shouldn't have. Listen, he or she, and the judge is like, you're not a doctor. No. You deserve to have your license. And, he'll say something like, I can't, if I could, he's like, I can't take it away right now in this trial. But the board, once you see the medical board, I'm pretty sure they're going to take it, in a couple of months. But so right now, I'm not calling you doctor. What you did was heinous, da. That's what she's talking about. And I think that also shows how stupid Democrats are. All of them, men, women, white, black, female, male, whatever race, Puerto Rican, white, all of them, Asian Democrats. If I told you, they joined the Democrat Party and think they align with that, they're stupid.
They're entitled.
And they don't know their job. They don't know the rules. And I think she knew the rules. She knew the rules. And it's like, there's nothing they can do about that because she was so confident. Nope, I'm not going to call you. It's nothing they can do.
Could be construed as an attack on the motives or character of another member or the witness. You may proceed.
Thank you. This was a time in history where you got to throw out the first pitch at the Washington Nationals baseball game, while Americans were forced to stay home and watch such events that they love from at home alone on their televisions. And what a hypocrisy this picture shows. Here you are without your mask, with empty seats everywhere. Remember the cardboard cutout fans? That was one of the most insulting things to Americans, having to watch the games from home, where you got to go and enjoy the game and sit right next to people not following the 6 feet of distancing, not wearing your mask, and everyone else was forced to stay home and stop enjoying life. And your science here, your science is displayed perfectly in this picture, where children in school were put in plastic bubbles because of your science, your repulsive, evil science. And let's go back to your very own email. You said earlier you don't use email. Oh,
And again, there's nobody, black females there to protect them. I don't know what's one of them young ones, Congress senators and Congresswomen. She just said those things, and there's nothing they can say. Last year, I think they wouldn't have said it. I don't think, like I said, I told you it was a plan. A lot of people were saying it. It's just that to me that proves it. So that also means that everybody need to be careful, because these motherfuckers are gonna be crazy. They're getting mad. You know.
you do. Right here. This is your own email, where you said the typical mask you buy in the drugstore is not really effective in keeping out virus. I do not recommend that you wear a mask. This is your email. This is your own words. But yet children all over America were forced to wear masks. Healthy children forced to wear masks, muzzled in their schools. And then they were forced to learn from home because of your so-called science and your medical suggestions.
Wait a minute.
While you
What was that?
perfectly in this picture were children in school were put in plastic bubbles because of your science, your repulsive, evil science. And let's go back to your very own email. You said earlier you don't use email. Oh, you do?
I seen all those things when they first happened on the news. Like I said, that's when we always paying attention. Yeah, they did have them kids in some kind of fucking bubble. They really thought that shit was. I think that if Pelosi was still in office or whatever, all of them, all the other ones, you still Adam Shifty Schiff still around, but all them fools, because remember that's when they thought everybody was just going to go along with it, and that's going to be. Remember Pelosi came out looking sad. Oh, this is the new normal. Oh, we all have to be. That's what she's talking about. Him at the baseball game.
Right here. This is your own email, where you said the typical mask you buy in the drugstore is not really effective in keeping out virus. I do not recommend that you wear a mask. This is your email. This is your own words. But yet children all over America were forced to wear masks. Healthy children forced to wear masks, muzzled in their schools. And then they were forced to learn from home because of your so-called science and your medical suggestions, while you and all your cronies get paid from Big Pharma. You know that what this committee should be doing? We should be recommending you to be prosecuted. We should be writing a criminal referral because you should be prosecuted for crimes against humanity. You belong in prison, Dr. Fauci.
Mr. Chairman, I have another point of order.
I recognize Ms. Dingle.
Just want to make sure the record is clear. Dr. Fauci testified that he did not use his personal email for official business. He did not say he did not use email. And I think today, this particular has been full of lies and disregard and disrespect, and we need to stick to facts.
Hey, if you live in one of these cities right here,
Personal email is like nobody. So I guess that old white lady gonna be like the next Martha Stewart in prison, whoever she was. I don't know what city she's Democrat with who she represents, what city and state, or where her district is rather. But these fools getting mad. That, like I said, that was the purpose of this video. Because now they're saying, right now it's just you belong and we need to be prosecuting you. And see, like I said, people who vote on our side, we don't just, you can say, oh, election's coming up. This is only one election. And she's young, like I said. She knows that if you just trying to make a show right now, next election, you know, you gone, especially with all this people losing. But that's my point is I think they're serious. And that they are gonna do something about this. You know, and he gonna be well, all I mean, it's not just him, but he was dumb enough to let them use him as the reasoning for the, everything that happened, all the restrictions. So it's like he got played, but they all gonna go. But anyway, I just wanted to rate that shit. I ain't need to do this shit. But anyway. All right, shit, that's all I wanted to say.